So now we've done all the tests, and you know, sort of tried all the sorts of different programs, whatever. Yeah, let's talk about what are my final thoughts on the C64. Obviously, I've been using Windows, and I've also sort of installed Ubuntu as well. Because I'm not sort of too familiar with Ubuntu, I've been sort of testing it out on a different machine for the last 2 months. I mean, it's not a bad sort of OS compared to Windows, but as I said, it's still sort of still not as mature as Windows in terms of an OS. I mean, I would hope that the upcoming sort of Commodore OS would be a heck of a lot more mature. You know, and give us sort of more functionality. But anyway, going back to the machine, apart from sort of the minor niggles on the fit and finish of the machine, you know, on such details as the you know, the bits there, a bit of the logo, it's not kind of stuck on properly. The slot loading drive without a drive light or an eject button, that's a real sort of disappointment. And also, you know, the way that it's been installed in here, mine's actually slightly jutting out in this bit. I've not been sort of too happy with that, but apart from that, it's you know, it's a reliable machine. I mean, it's very, very sturdy. As I said, it's over 3 kilos heavy. Yeah, and also about the heat issues. But I do generally like, you know, sort of the layout. You know, the novelty for the fact that we actually now have, you know, a Commodore dedicated Commodore button. I also like the fact that these buttons sort of also do work. I'm going to try and find out what sort of program I can use with Windows for changing these keys here, but on Ubuntu by default they actually work. Now, I don't use sort of too many memory cards, but I do know that you know, a lot of folks like to sort of do installations and run them off sort of the cards or whatever. I mean, this is really good. Now, what I did find in the BIOS, in the C64's BIOS, is that you can set them up as sort of boot drives, so it's absolutely perfect for that. And it's good, you know, it's good on Commodore USA to have found that sort of particular, you know, dedicated motherboard for that use. That's pretty handy. I mean, I've been using it so far with HDMI output, but as I said, you'd be happy with just, you know, most computer users be happy with the DVI and the VGA output as well. I like the fact that, as I said, it's very sort of neatly designed. It's very, very sturdy. I mean, it feels really solid. You know, so I've been happy sort of with that, and also the Wi-Fi performance. Apart from the initial sort of driver installation, you know, under Windows, most of the install's been generally okay. If you've downloaded the drivers from the Commodore USA website, you'd be sort of very happy with the results. And also, if you're going to be setting sort of the region, this, as I said, this is a US keyboard, so do remember that when you're in Windows to set it to the US international sort of keyboard setup. You'll definitely get the functions there, because otherwise I've had to, with the add button change over, I've had to do that. So I've had to use this button for the at instead of the normal sort of number 2. Yeah, so as I say, it's a good machine. Oh, and one more thing about the heat as well. I've actually decided, I don't know if you can see it here, but I've actually put a what it is a fan plate underneath. I've got sort of 3 fans connected to the back using a USB cable here. As you can see, it's going from there. This has kept my machine sort of temperature down by at least minus sort of 20 degrees from the readout that I got earlier on. It certainly kept the machine a little bit cooler, but I'm not deciding to open it just yet, you know, in case I avoid the warranty. I'm just using this as an option. Obviously I'm not too happy with it, but this for me will make do. So yeah, final conclusions. I'm very happy sort of with the C64. You know, it's fully featured. If you're using it for home cinema use, it's going to be fantastic. If you're using it for retro games, for sort of retro programming, yeah, giving it to your kid, you know, yeah, it's a fantastic device. You know, we haven't had machines like this, as I say, with the all-in-one for quite a long time, and I think, you know, Commodore USA has done a superb job. So there you go. It's got my sort of it's got my vote. So yeah, good on you guys, and thanks for watching. Thanks again.